All right, I am here at Yazoo Brewing with Ben Sawyer, who runs a fantastic show here the first Friday of the month here in Madison, Tennessee. Ben, do you have a tale from the road for me?
I do. I have a tale from the road that is of a young kid from rural South finding out about industrial America.
Okay. I love that you're a North Carolina kid as well.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like we grew up pretty close to each other. I'm from Cabarrus County.
Moore County, you know?
Heck yeah. So I was in grad school. I went to App State for my master's degree.
App State, go Mountaineers.
Go Mountaineers, dude. Go Apps. And I got to be friends with my buddy, who turned out to be one of my best friends in life, Stephen Knaus. And at the time, we were both into history and labor history. I mean, I'm still into history. Obviously, I'm a history professor.
Fair enough.
Listen to The Road to Now on Sirius XM and all podcast apps. Everybody jokes that I plug everything way before I'm supposed to.
I don't care.
But
way, bro.
So this time it's 2005, right? So it's 20 years ago. And my friend Steven, we decided we're going to go to this history conference in Chicago.
Okay.
So we get in his car, and let me describe his car to you. It's a blue car. It's like, you know how you buy something at you buy something at the Dollar General or some like flea market, right? And it used to have a logo, but it wasn't made right, so it took all the logos off of it and everything. So let me describe this. It's a blue car. It's 2 doors. I to this day, and I like cars. I pay attention to cars. No clue what car it was.
So Chevy Oldsmobile GMC?
Something like that. It's just, there was the part where they had put the logo that just had a flat thing over it. So you're like, okay. So we get in the car, 2 doors. Here's our situation. Number 1, the gas dial hasn't worked forever.
That could be a problem.
So he just has a notebook,
okay.
like one of those fold-over notebooks, right, with the rings, where he just writes down how many miles it has on it last time he filled up. Right, and the odometer still works, so he watches that. By the way, it's not on the early pages of this notebook. It's like we're talking like 100.
Been doing this.
He's been doing this, right?
Okay.
This is archived logs. So he's got that. He has a radio that I don't think the radio worked.
Of course not.
The tape player though. It wouldn't work with regular tapes, but it would work with one of those. Remember those inserts you'd put into a tape player, CD player, right?
Yeah, man. Do you hit any bump and it skips?
Yeah.
CD technology back then.
Yeah, but remember those old Discmans were they burn through batteries, right?
Yeah.
So his AC adapter didn't work.
Oh no.
So what we did was we plugged in a boombox, right, to run the CD player off of it. So it's already a small car.
Yeah.
Most of the leg space is taken up by a boombox.
Of course.
That then plugs into. So anyway, that's our mode of transportation, right?
All right, heading to Chicago.
Crank down windows, right?
Of course.
We stop in Indianapolis. Have a great night. We stayed at a hostel in Indianapolis. Had a blast. And the next day we get up. This is July 2005.
Oof.
We're on the interstate.
Oof.
Thank God this thing has air conditioning.
Okay, I was about to say. It had air conditioning. Windows down to the max.
No. So we had the air conditioning.
Okay.
Sweltering.
I'm not gonna lie. Very caught off guard. This car actually.
Yes. Well, wait for it. So anyway, this is for those of you guys who don't know cars. Cheap cars didn't used to have air conditioners, right?
I've had nothing but cheap cars.
If you have a cheap car back in the day that had an upgraded air conditioner, it wasn't on the regular belt for the car, right? It had its own separate belt where they added to it, right? So we're driving from Indianapolis, and dude, it is sweltering outside. We're going 70 miles per hour. And we're listening to Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, because we're nerds, right? Listening to the book on tape.
Because we're nerds.
Through a boom box that's playing through. I think one of the speakers worked or something.
Fantastic.
As we're probably an hour and a half out of Chicago, right? We're making good time. And then suddenly we hear, we hear something, right? And we hear a bang, and we look, he looks out the rearview mirror, I turn around and look, and it is the air conditioning compressor that has just broken off of the belt, fallen out the bottom. These things are not light. These things are made out of metal, right? Falling out the bottom and just boom, 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 down that. So it's gone, right? And I look at him and I'm like, you have no clue how lucky we actually are that this is a cheap car, because most of the time the air conditioner's on a regular belt, everything would have broken.
We'd be done for.
Yeah, but this was, I guess we're lucky because this was, so we're now, it's
we're lucky.
Dude, it's 100 degrees. We're on interstate, right? And here's what happens. Boom, we see that thing go down. We turn around, right? And we realize we immediately crank down the windows. And as we're cranking down the windows, 2 things happen. Number one, we see traffic at an absolute standstill way in front of us, right? It's like the Midwest, so you can see well ahead of you.
Yeah, everything's flat.
And we're like, oh no. But at the same time, we also see, like, I'm from the country, right? I've been flown into cities and stuff like this. I've never really driven across like the Midwest. On the horizon, at the same time we realize we have no air conditioning, it's 100 degrees, we're about to be holding still. We look up and we see like what looks to me like Mordor. Like the sky is blue, but around the top of this is absolutely dark. Like you can imagine dragons flying around this thing.
Dude.
And we're like, what the hell is this? That's not Chicago. And just as we're pulling up, just before we get there, we look over and there's a sign that says, "The sanitation workers welcome you to Gary, Indiana." Do you know about Gary, Indiana?
A little bit.
Gary, Indiana was once a thriving metropolis. It was the site. So, of course,
they abandoned everything, right?
Dude, this place was like, and I think it's 1905 they built it.
Yeah.
It was a modern marvel. It's the first place in America, and this is 1905, where you could bring raw materials in one side of this factory and finished steel came out the other side. It's a works. They call it a works, right?
Yeah.
The Gary Works. And in 1905, 100 years before we saw this, people were like, come to Gary, Indiana. It's the most modern marvel.
Yeah.
But in 2005, it was still working. It was still going. But needless to say, there was no EPA in 1905.
Yeah.
And this thing, it turns out like it still works, but they automated everything. And so the town is just absolutely dead. And you could feel it. Remember, the sign said, "The sanitation workers of Gary."
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's most of the employed people there cleaning up from
They
it.
just drive into work and then peace out.
And we just look at it, and it turns out, like, later on we pull into the town, and it is dead. The water, I mean, it is Mordor on Earth.
Just contaminated.
Yeah, and we crank down the windows, and then we take our shirts off, and for an hour and a half, stare at this on the horizon. As we sit still in traffic, we start writing messages on notepads being like, help, to show to other people that are out there.
Do you have water?
We get delusional, because I don't think we had much water.
I mean, at that point, could you walk and go get the air conditioner and try to put it back on?
Well, okay. If we had known how long we were going to be there, maybe we could have gone and found it. I don't think this car, look, nobody was fixing that car.
That's fair.
But the blue car made it, and that is my story of how I both learned about in post-industrial America and learned that everything ain't Cabarrus County, North Carolina.
It sure is not. Sometimes you get a Gary, Indiana.
So if you guys who are listening, if you approximately 20 years ago came across an air conditioner compressor with no logos on it, absolutely unmarked, and you thought maybe it came from a spacecraft because there was no serial number or anything, find me, all right? You can find me on Instagram.
Please do.
Sawyer Comedy, and let me know about it, all right? Whereabouts the car? Unknown.
No, unknown.
I'm pretty sure it disappeared
Came from the
at some point.
front-ish area.
Yeah.
Ben, thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that was my epic story of Gary, Indiana. Shout out to everyone listening in Gary.
Out Gary, Indiana.
You guys should get out of there, please. Please get out of there. Don't come to Nashville. Don't come to Nashville. It's too expensive.
Yeah,
but get out of there for
Chicago.
sure.
It's windy.
Yeah.